Hi guys, welcome to this functional movement video. All you're going to need is a mat and some water. We're going to work for about 40-45 minutes, working into core strength training, stretching and hydrating the fascial tissue through balances, plank. And as I said, we're going to bounce into a lot of our movements to warm the body up and really focus on breathing, focus on getting well into the deep core line with a lot of breathing to activate those core muscles. Let's start off with a nice deep breath in. Reach up and stretch, roll down through the spine and just hang out there and bounce. So you can start off just pushing off the shins, and as the back line of the body starts to warm up, try and take your hands down onto the mat and really lengthen and stretch that back line. Take a nice deep breath in and uncurl. Just circle the shoulders up and back. Now what we're going to do is focus on the feet. I want you to warm up those feet and those ankles. We're really going to focus on balancing, and we need those feet and ankles nice and warm. Lift the toes up, the big toes, push the little toes down into the mat, and make sure your ankles are not rolling out. Try and keep them nice and stable. This is a nice one for stretching that deep core line, working into the arch of the foot. Let's lift the little toes and push the big toes down. This is quite a mental challenge. So if you need to get down there with your hands and push the big toes down into the mat, lift the little toes, you can do that as well. Let's change. Push the little toes down, lift the big toes. Focus on squeezing the glutes to help you with your balance as well. Remember, the glutes are part of the core, so the more we activate those glutes, the stronger the core becomes, helps you with your balancing. Big toes are down, little toes are up. Let's do one more. Little toes down, big toes up. Check out what's going on and then lift that chin up. So again, you can activate those glutes. Now what we're going to do is bring the toes down into the mat and squeeze, almost like you're trying to pinch the mat or squeeze the mat between the ball of the foot and the toes. So if you look at it from sideways, you're sliding the toes towards the foot and lifting up into the arch of the foot. So really working into the arch of that foot. And just push the toes in and keep working. Relax those arms. Try just focus on the breathing. Four more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Just shake the feet out. Walk through the feet. And just bounce through the heels, off the heels. Slowly. And just bounce. And again, slow it down. And bounce. Let's link the hands behind the back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you're in this lengthened position, feeling a nice stretch across the chest. Look over one shoulder. Come back to the center. Look over the other shoulder. Back to the center. Same thing again. Just get a nice stretch into the neck. 2 more. Now keep your hands linked together. Bring your chin to your chest and roll down through your spine. Just bounce in that position. Take a nice deep breath in. Keep the fingers linked together and bring the hands to one side. Again, I want you to look over the shoulder. The same shoulder the hands have gone to that side. So you're going to feel a nice stretch down the other side of the neck. Lengthening into that pectoral muscle, all those pectoral muscles in the front of the chest. Let's drop the ear to the shoulder and get a nice lateral stretch down the side of the neck. Lift up and down. So each time you drop your ear to your shoulder, try and get a little bit further into that stretch. Lift up and change sides. Drop the ear and lift. Keep going, another 2. Let's drop the ear down. And another 1. Then look over the shoulder. Look over the shoulder. For 3. Let's do another 2. And 1. Good. Let's extend the arms and just release the hands. Now extend the hands out to the sides. And I want you to link the hands behind the back and stretch. Don't worry too much if the fingers don't meet. Each time you bring the fingertips together, just focus on increasing that stretch so they do slowly come together. 4 more. Extend. And 3. Extend. 2 more. And extend. And the last one. Extend. Stretch up and lengthen. I want you to come into a squat position, and as you do that, swing the arms around the body. Come up and keep swinging the arms. Go down into squat and lift and down and lift and down and up. Let's do another 4 and lift and 3 and lift and 2 and lift. The last one down and lift. Good. We're going to take one foot behind the other. A nice one to challenge the balance. So make sure the feet are one behind the other, that you're not turning that back foot out or in. Just help stabilize yourself by squeezing the glutes and pull up in the legs, relax the shoulders. You'll feel that back ankle kick into action. So I want you to really focus on that stability in the ankle. Relax your body and focus on your breathing. Chin up. Let's step the feet slightly wider apart. We're coming into a lunge position. And I want you to use your arms again. So you're going to swing the arms around the body. As you do this, I want you to lift the front foot. So you're going to focus on that back foot, really warming up that foot and that ankle. Let's do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Push off and bring the feet together. Just walk through the feet, just loosening up the ankles and the feet. Let's take the other foot behind. Again, relax your upper body and just slowly focus on your breathing. Nice deep inhalation. Let the arms relax at the sides. Focus on breathing into the belly button and really just relaxing into that breath. Focus in that inhalation through the nose and out through the nose. Again, nice deep breath in. Let's take the feet wider apart, straddle your mat, and let's take a nice lunge position, swinging the arms around the body. Now let's add that knee lift in the front. So we swing and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push off the front foot and bring the feet side by side. And again, take a nice deep breath in and just let the arms swing around the body and walk through the feet. Good. From here, we're going to go back into our lunge position. This time you're going to keep the front leg straight and the back leg straight. And I want you to relax the arms again. Focus on a nice lift there, activating the glutes and dropping the arms forward, relaxing the head to challenge the balance and lift up. Good. And drop and lift. So try just to touch the fingertips to the mat and lift up. Extend and lift. Focus on the head. Look at the knee. That'll challenge your balance a little bit more. So the glutes just have to work that extra bit harder. Another 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Drop into a lunge position again. And again, we're going to use those arms. Swing the arms towards the front leg. And we continue that lift. Drop the hands. Lunge back and twist. Drop the hands. Lunge back and twist. Drop the hands. Lunge back and twist. Let's do 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. I want you to come into that lifted position, leg up, bring the hands onto the mat, bend your knees, and pulse that leg up to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate the knee out. Keep the foot where it is. Rotate the knee for 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop that foot behind. Rest your chest on your thigh and you're rocking again. For 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Let's step the feet together. Breathe in and slowly uncurl. You should feel those glutes really kicking into action. Let's do the same to the other side. So take the other leg forward, bring the arms next to the body, relax the shoulders, and squeezing the glutes, get the head moving up and down. Let's rock and lift for 2, and lift for 3, and lift 4, and lift 4 more, and 3. Don't forget about that head. I did. Let's keep going. Another 2 and another 1. Let's finish in a lunge position. And again with the arms, swing the arms around the body towards the front knee and rock forward. Lunge and rock forward. Lunge and rock forward. This is 3 and rock forward. 4, rock forward. 5 and forward. 6, rock forward. 7, rock forward. And 8, rock forward. Drop down and bend the knees. Pulse the leg up for 8. A light touch on the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's rotate for 8 and 7, 6, 5. Remember the head. 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Drop into a lunge position. Lengthen the chest out. Rest it on the thigh. Light touch with the fingertips and rock for 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Drop onto your back knee. Take your front leg and I want you to turn the foot out. So you're extending the foot further ahead of the knee. And we're going to push forward into a lunge. So you're lengthening into the back of that, into the front of that back leg. Drop down onto your hands and just bounce into that stretch. So position the foot ahead of the knee so you're not over overextending the knee joint, getting a nice stretch into that hip flexor. Now I want you to take the opposite hand towards the foot, and I want you to rotate to face the back foot. Opposite hand to the foot, and you're bouncing into that stretch. Reach the hand to the foot and bounce into that rotation, pushing through and getting a nice stretch into the hamstrings as well as the front of that supporting leg. 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back, turn that front foot in. Now what I want you to think of is someone lifting your tailbone up, opening up into the pelvis and bouncing back into a nice hamstring stretch on that front leg. Now we're going to add that rotation with that arm, pushing back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold it in that rotation. Lift up and push back as much as you can. Let's bring the hands back in front. We're going to repeat the first stretch. Turn the foot out. Bring the hand as close to that front foot as possible. Rotate and reach the opposite hand to the foot. And bounce for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's rotate. Bring the toes in. Lift up from the tailbone and let's bounce into that rotation. So you're trying to tilt that pelvis under for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it and lengthen that front leg as much as you can. Let's come over to the other side to repeat the same stretch. Turn that foot out, lengthen the foot ahead of the knee so you're not overextending that knee, and push forward into that lunge. Take the opposite hand to the foot or as close to the heel as possible. Reach the opposite hand to the other foot and bounce for 2 and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring the hands inside the foot. Rotate the foot to face so the toes are facing forward. Lift the tailbone up. Reach the arm up to the ceiling and bounce into that stretch. Lift up for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back into that rotational stretch. Hand next to the heel, reach the arm and bounce for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold it and rotate. Get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Bring the hands inside. Rotate the foot. Lift up and lengthen back. Bounce into that stretch. Lift through the tailbone. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's come on to both knees. We're going to bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Now it's time to focus a little bit on the breathing into the arches, so you're opening up into the pelvis, and breathe out using the head and tucking. Breathe in and arch into that back. Use your head to activate those core muscles a little bit more. As you tuck, I want you to push into the heels of the hands and drop the chin to the chest. Breathe in and push the heels of the hands towards the knees, like you're trying to slide them along the mat. Now push into the fingertips and tuck the pelvis under. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in and arch. And breathe out, tuck. Now to start adding a squeeze with the knees. I want you to imagine you have a ball between your knees, and as you round the spine, You're squeezing the ball between the knees and tucking under to activate those deep core line muscles. Remember, when we breathe, we activate that core. We want to add that adductive stretch or contraction, and then breathe into that arch, push into the heels of the hands, breathe out, push into the fingers, squeeze the knees together, breathe in and arch, breathe out and tuck, breathe in and arch, breathe out and tuck. Keep going, squeeze the knees, 4 more. Breathe out and tuck. And 3 more. Breathe out, squeeze the knees together and tuck. Breathe in, arch. 2 to go. Breathe out, squeeze the knees together and tuck. The last one. Breathe out, tuck. Now I want you to hold it in that tuck position and lift the knees. Bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Drop the knees. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out, tuck. Squeeze the knees and bounce for 2, 3, and 4. Drop. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out, tuck. You're still squeezing and breathing out and bounce. 2, 3, 4. Knees down. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Push away with the heels of the hands. Tuck and round and bounce for 2, 3, 4. Last 2. Breathe out, tuck. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Drop the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck. Lift the knees and bounce for 2, 3, 4. And release. Now I want you to curl the toes under and push into the balls of the feet. We're going to lift the knees again, and we're going to wiggle the knees from side to side. So just giving a little bit of a rotational move and activating those core muscles a little bit more. Hands under the shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out and tuck. Knees up and bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop the knees. Breathe in and arch. Same thing again. Tuck from the tailbone, round the spine, push into the balls of the feet, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop the knees. Nice deep breath in again. And breathe out, tuck. Lift and bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop the knees. A nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tuck. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 to go. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 3. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out, tuck. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down. 2 more. Breathe out, tuck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Nice deep breath in, arch. And breathe out, tuck. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down onto the knees. Uncurl the toes and just pull back into child's pose. You should feel that core activating nicely. We're going to do a few more short plank positions and then move into an extended plank. Again, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. and we're going to bounce for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now this is option 1. If you'd like to take it into a progression, we're going to move the feet forward and back. If you don't want to move into that progression, just continue with the first option. Otherwise, knees up, and let's start that bouncing and moving those feet forward and back. Here we go. Let's jump for 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop down back onto the knees, uncurl the toes. A few nice deep breaths in. We're going to do that 2 more times. You've got 2 options, so just keep moving. Let's have a quick stretch and breathe. Come back onto hands and knees. Curl the toes under, lift up, choosing your option. Here we go. We bounce for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Release and curl. Nice deep breath in. And let's do that one last time. Curl the toes under, find your option, lift the knees, and here we go for 8 and 7 and 6. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release onto the knees, uncurl the toes, push back into your child's pose. Still working into that plank position. I want you to lengthen one arm. So let's start off with the leg extended. We'll bring the arm into it in a few minutes. So we're going to do the same thing we were doing just now. We're going to focus on that tap and extension. This time we're going to add a push-up with the hands. What I want you to focus on is pulling the shoulder blades together as you drop the chest between the hands. So you're pushing forward, squeezing the elbows into the waist. So you're really activating the back arm line of the body. Let's take the hands under the shoulders. And here we go. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drop into your push-up. Tuck the pelvis and round the spine, pulling the knee to the chest. Let's go for 8. And tuck. And 7. And tuck. And 6. And tuck. Focus on breathing in and out. For 4. And tuck. And 3. And tuck. 2 more. Tuck. And the last one. Tuck. Hold it in that extended position. Now you can reach the opposite arm. And I want you to lengthen for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From there, hold the position. Now I want you to open out to the side. Arm and leg move away from the center. Lateral line movement. Let's go again. 5 more. 5. And release. 4. Keep going. And center. 3. And center. 2. And center. And the last one into the center. Bring the foot into the hand. Lift the knee up. Pull the shoulder blade back. So you're pushing the foot into the hand and getting a nice stretch from the opposite shoulder to the knee. Now I want you to challenge your balance and bring that supporting hand towards your supporting knee and pull back and lift. Hold it in that lifted position. Hold it. Feel the glutes activating and release. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Hands under the shoulders. Starting off in that extension, let's lift the opposite leg and push down into that push-up, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, elbows into the waist, and tuck. Breathe in and lengthen, and tuck, and tuck, and tuck, keep going. Lengthen and tack. 4 more and tack. 3 and tack. 2 and tack. The last one and tack. Hold it in that extended position. Reach the opposite arm and out to the side and to center. Breathe in and out. For 3 and release. 4 and extend. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Hold it in that lengthened position. Bring the foot into the hand. Now lift up and push. Push the hand back with the foot. So you're really increasing the stretch from the front of that shoulder into the front of the knee, and that hip flex the front of that leg. Now bring the hand towards the supporting knee and push back a little bit more, increasing that stretch and activating those glutes in the supporting leg. Release the knee onto the mat and the hand back onto the mat. Let's focus a little bit more on those shoulder blades. So now with both hands and both knees on the mat, I want you to pull the shoulder blades together. So just a small little movement into the chest, squeezing those rhomboids together and releasing them. Squeeze and release. Breathe in as you squeeze the rhomboids together. Breathe out as you release. For 2 and 3 and 4. 4 more. And breathe in and out. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now let's take it into an extended plank. We're going to continue the same movement. If you need to come back onto the knees, you can do so. But here we're going to focus on arching. So bringing the pelvis into it as well. Activating the rhomboids and moving the pelvis up and down. So we're in that extended plank, and I want you to lift your head, squeeze the rhomboids together, and tucking around. Breathe in, arch. Squeeze the rhomboids together. Breathe out, tucking around. At any point, if you need to come onto your knees, do so. Keep the pelvis, the hips and the shoulders in line. Breathe in and out. Another 4. And breathe out. And 3. And breathe out. And 2. And breathe out. And 1. And breathe out. Well done. Hold it there in that extended plank and slowly with control lower down onto the mat. Bring your forehead onto your hands and just wiggle the hips from side to side. Bring the feet back into the hands and let's lift up, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, and all you're going to do is breathe into your belly button. So you're creating a little bit of a seesaw motion, and the only thing that's lifting you up off the mat is your breath. Focusing on that out breath, even a little bit more than that in breath. Through the nose. 2 more. And the last one. Release the feet. Bring the head back onto the hands and just wiggle the hips from side to side. Stay where you are. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together. Extend one arm. Rest the ear on that arm. Take your supporting hand and bring it next to you. Soles of the feet together. Squeeze the glutes and drop the feet back behind you. Keep the soles of the feet together and make sure the glutes are engaged to support that lower back. Take a nice deep breath in. Palms coming together. and breathe into that. Bring the hand back. Now use this hand for balance as you squeeze the glutes and bring the feet back to the center. Reach the other arm and bring the ear onto that arm. Palm facing up, soles of the feet together, squeezing the glutes to support the lower back. Bring the arms up and bring the hands together. Bring that top hand back, squeezing your glutes, pushing the soles of the feet together and coming back to center. Extend that arm and repeat the same thing again. Pushing the soles of the feet together and reach that arm and release. So one mistake some people make is trying to release this hand from the mat before the feet have touched the ground. Control the movement and use this hand to support you, pushing the knees down slowly and extend the arm. Use that top hand to push yourself off the mat. Now keep pushing and keep that top hand on the mat. Now once the feet are down, bring the arms next to the ears and lengthen out. Let's do it again. Bring that top hand for balance and support. Back to the center, squeezing the glutes and over to the other side. Lift up and push back. Reach the arm next to the ear. Breathe. Bring that hand back. Come back to the center and over to the other side. Reach the arm next to the ear. 2 more. Let's go. Squeeze and lift. Change sides. Squeeze and lift. And come up to center. Let's bring it back for the last one. Change sides and lift up. Arm next to the ear. And back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself off the mat and back into your child's pose. Bring the hands closer towards you. Bring the feet and the knees parallel. Curl the toes under and push back into plank. I want you to take the tailbone back to the heels. Okay, we're going to bring the heels to the tailbone. Again, I'm going to give you 2 options. Continue with that movement. Otherwise, we lift and lower to plank for 2. Lower to plank and 3. Lower to plank. 4. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. The last one and 1. Good. From there, jump the feet to either side of the mat and come into your squat position. Move yourself into that position manually if you need to. From here, rock back. Come to the feet. Drop the knees to one side. This is a knee box position. Back to center. Rock and roll. Up. Over to the other side. Pushing the hip forward. Lifting the shoulder and pushing it around. Knee over hip. Rock and roll. Over to the other side. Let's do it again. Rock and roll. Over to the other side. Good. Keep going. Rock and roll. And over. Rock and roll. You'll feel yourself moving forward a little bit. Rock and roll. 2 more. And the last one. Into that knee box position. Hold it here. And then just from the center to the side, center to side, center to side. 2 more. Breathe in as you come into that knee box position. Breathe out as you tuck. That's your last one. Coming into the center. Roll down through the spine. Lengthen yourself out. Have a nice big stretch. Yawn. Hug one knee into the chest. Cross it over the body. Look away from the direction the knee is going. Do the same thing to the other side. And cross over. Back to center. Both knees to chest. Cross the ankles over. Hold on to the feet. So don't bring the arms inside. Try to take them onto the outside of the legs. Bring the feet to the tailbone and rock from side to side. Uncross the ankles. Now we're going to make enough momentum to bring us up to standing. So I want you to rock and roll. Rock forward, roll back. Keep moving. Give yourself enough momentum to bring yourself up onto your feet without using your hands. And let's rock when you're ready. Slowly, slowly. Breathe in and uncurl and circle the shoulders up and back. Let's finish off with a few little bounces into the heels. So I want you to feel how that body feels. Pushing off the heels, relaxing your arms, and now just a little bit of a jump. Just increase that heart rate a little bit and push off those heels. Keep bouncing, keep pushing off those heels. Add that jump if you want to. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. A nice deep breath in. And roll down through the spine. Hang out there. Feel that back line of your body is nice and stretched. Push off the mat. And now as you breathe in and come up, just swing the arms around the body. And shake everything out. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And reach up and breathe out. And the last one. And reach up and breathe out.